Okay, it says we're live here, folks. Let's, yep, I guess we actually are. All right.
Takeoff. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
All right, so we are at 150 feet. 230. 328. Why is the camera pointing down? All right, I must have touched it, but I don't see how. Anyway, this is west-northwest. That is looking to the north, where we have a, well, now it is, where we have a lake there just at the end of that little road, which is my road. Northeast, oh, looky here, looky here. Let's raise that camera some. And we have a bright spot in the sky. 7:21, huh? No. Is that right? Maybe we missed the sunrise? Hang on a second, I'm gonna check that. We have 5 minutes, folks, until the sunrise. For those of you that can hear me, 5 minutes. So 7:24 currently, and we're going to press record, because why would we do that in advance? And it's another beauty, absolute beauty. All right. He just keeps pouring them on. Just keeps pouring them on. Chirp, 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 chirp. Chirp, 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 chirp. Keeps pouring them on. We had an amazing sunset last night. Absolutely amazing, and it looks like it's paired with an amazing sunrise today. And the evening and the morning are the next day. Wow, unbelievable. I decided last minute that I was going to do this. I actually was sitting there having coffee thinking, nah, I don't want to do it. But then I realized that I went for so long wishing I had a beautiful sunrise to share. No chance to do so. And it looks like maybe Sunday I won't have a chance either. Not that I won't try, I absolutely will try. But right now we're looking like 10% chance of rain, which is in Georgia, approaching summertime, 10%, 90% is equal to 0%. You know, it's just as likely at 90% as it is at 0%. Or I should have said that backward. Anyway, it's very unlikely to rain no matter what the forecast. But anyway, 100% cloudy. That they usually get right. So we'll see. There she is. I see her little head. I see it. 82% battery. Since I got a late start, we should be able to see it emerge in its full glory. That'll be nice. Das ist gut. Das ist very good. I have had a time-lapse going, a time-lapse camera recording from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. pointed at a flowering dogwood tree that was somewhat flowered but quite green when I started 14 days ago, or is it 15 now? Anyway, more than 2 weeks ago. And I'm about to see what that time lapse is like for the first time. Maybe I'll wait until Sunday. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I have no clue. And it's taking one picture every, I don't recall if I set it for every 20 minutes or every 25 minutes. I think it's every 20, which would be 3 pictures per hour. And in a 12-hour day, because I'm recording from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., that would be 36 frames, or about 3 seconds. I'm sorry, about 1 second, just a little bit more than 1.1 seconds. And so in 2 weeks, about 15 seconds. That's something. Wait 2 weeks for something that's only going to last a quarter of a minute. I have no idea if it was worth the time or not. But I'm going to assume that it is. That's why we do these things. And patience, I'm told, I wouldn't know, patience is supposed to be a virtue. I don't hear any woodpeckers today. Spectacular, spectacular sunrise. So lovely. I need this for myself, actually. Just stand out here and enjoy the sun, enjoy the singing birds, enjoy a cup of coffee without running around and doing this and making sure that that's done. Oh, gotta log into work. Check this out, check that out. I'm glad the sun is rising earlier so we have some time for sanity before the crazy starts. %66 battery. Battery's at 65%. Flight indication is that we have 18 minutes 40 seconds left. Which we know that's not true. I've been streaming for 10 minutes. Wouldn't it be something to get a 28-minute flight out of this? I don't expect it. I'm not going to push for it. I just want to see the sun rise to its full glory, which, see, is 7:33. So it's been up for about 4 minutes, but I still see a dent in the horizon there. It's not flat yet. We're going to take her on down to, we're going to set the warning to 20% rather than 15 today. And there we are, 20%. We'll take her down to 20% and then bring her home. 'Cause I want to get some time with it suspended in the air, which it now is, but I still perceive a dent in the horizon, which is of course an optical illusion, but that's okay. At least on the iPad I can perceive it. So, whoever watches this, I hope you have a fantastic day. It's Friday. Thank God for that. Here comes a school bus. Fantastic days all around. %55 battery. Maybe I'll speed up last night's sunset and today's sunrise. I was going to do last night's sunset at about 45 times speed, which give me about 20 seconds out of it if I remember correctly. And then, but I might just speed that one and this one up 90 times and try to get 20 seconds out of the combination. Or speed them up 75 times and get 30 seconds out. Those are rough numbers, of course. It's hard to find a nice piece of music that's 20 seconds long. And there's a jet that's absolutely booking. I don't think the camera is going to pick it up. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it might. It should be getting into the view here shortly from the left-hand side if it's going to. He's moving right along anyway. I'm not going to move the camera just because of that equivalent of a hyperlapse I am thinking of making, so oh well. Nope, I think he's a little too high in the sky. Not picking him up. We see a contrail up there near the top. Another contrail below that, and another one below that. We don't lack for condensation trails around here. "45% battery." This says we have 12 minutes, 33 seconds of flight left. There goes that school bus. To you too. I do these sunrises with no ND filters. I don't think it needs to be, I don't think the darkness of the morning needs to be enhanced. It's just fine the way it is. But the darkness of the evening last night, I think that came out fairly well with an ND16 filter. Fairly well indeed. 40% battery. Tempting to raise that camera, but best not to do it. Although it does feel like, I'll check it later, but it feels like it's pointed down compared to what I started it out at. Maybe not. Maybe not. Or maybe it's getting shy because the sun is outshining it. The sun will always outshine that camera. 37%. She kept on getting weaker as they dragged in today. Doctors gave no hope for her, she seemed to fade away. My hours were filled with constant dread, time became a knife that slowly and relentlessly cut the cord of life. There was a teacher in the region then, some of us had heard, that he'd healed a paralytic with the power of just his word. So with hope again rekindled, I went at once to see if I could find a man named Jesus from a town in Galilee. I began to search the city, and soon I saw the crowds. They were pressing in to touch him, and they called his name out loud. But with the strength of desperation, I pushed them all aside. I threw myself before him, and from my knees I cried, I'm too high. Lord, come and heal my daughter. Even now she's close to death. Her fever's uncontrollable. She fights for every breath. But God's given you the power. Life is yours to give. If you'll just lay your hands on her, I know that she will live. She will live. She will live. Well, he'd just begun to go with me. And the face I saw with fear came toward me with the news I knew I didn't want to hear. And although I tried to steel myself, I trembled when he said, why bother the teacher anymore? The little girl is dead. Then Jesus touched my shoulder. He told me not to grieve. Trembling stopped when he looked at me and said, "Only believe." Then he sent the crowds away, except his closest men, and they followed right behind us as we started off again. And we were still a long way down the road when I heard the sounds and cries of the mourners and musicians as they strove to dramatize my grief they had no business with beneath their loud disguise. My wife just sat there silently and stared through empty eyes. Then Jesus asked the mourners, "Why is it that you weep? She isn't dead as you suppose, the child is just asleep." And it only took a moment for their wails to turn to jeers. "Who does this man think he is? Get him out of here!" With authority I'd never heard from the lips of any man, he spoke and every sound rolled out with the thunder of command. And in the sudden silence they all hurried for the door, wondering what the reasons were they'd ever come there for. Then Jesus took the disciples who with the sun away. He led them and my wife and me to where our daughter lay. He took her by the hand, he told her, "Child, arise." And the words were barely spoken when she opened up her eyes. She rose and walked across the room and stood there at our sides. My wife knelt down and held her close, and at last she really cried. Then Jesus asked us both to see our daughter had some food. But as to how her life was saved, not to speak a word, 21%. Not to speak a word. But I gotta tell somebody. 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 Gotta tell somebody. Jesus did for me. Okay, let's move left somewhat. I think we drifted a little bit to the right. Ooh, no, come on, Dennis, don't turn the camera like that. There we go. All right. Move forward somewhat. There we go. Bye-bye.
Landing.
Almost turned it off without stopping live. That would have been bad. Stop live.